Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a blessed day. I get so many emails on what to do after you weren't approved for secure credit cards, like the secure credit cards that I talk about. Everyone knows I'm a really big proponent of secure credit cards that graduate, like the Discover It. Now, the Discover It secure credit card is probably one of those secure credit cards that graduate the fastest of all the secure credit cards. When I got my secure credit card from Discover, that graduated in about 10 months. Another secure credit card that a lot of people like was the Capital One, right? The Capital One secure credit card. Another card that I really like is the State Department Federal Credit Union. What happens is a lot of times people apply for those secure credit cards and they don't get approved, and they feel like just because they're putting their money down on these secure credit cards that they should be approved for these secure credit cards, and that's just not the truth. If you have a low credit score, if you're anywhere below a 550, chances are you're not going to get approved for them. But if you do, congratulations. But sometimes if you have a very low credit score, a very thin credit profile, they will deny you. They won't approve you for a secure credit card. And so I will get emails asking, okay, so now what do I do that I wasn't approved for those secure credit cards? What steps do I take? And so I just want to go over the steps that I would take if I were you. All right. This is just my advice, my opinion on what I would do if I were in your situation. Okay. If I could not qualify for a secure credit card that graduates, the very first secure credit card that I would get is the OpenSky secure credit card. All right. Now, this is a secure credit card that it's, I don't want to say it's 100% guaranteed that you're going to get it, but it's very, very high that you're going to get it. You just have to have a job, be 18 years old, and chances are you're going to qualify for this secure credit card. This would probably be the first step after I got denied from those other secure credit cards. So I would start with the OpenSky secure credit card. It's a great secure credit card to start out with. It's going to probably be a high interest rate, and it's not a prestigious card to have. But what it's going to do is going to get you on the radar of other secure credit card companies. And that's all we're trying to do, is get you on the radar to get you above that 580 range, so that you can start applying for more better credit cards that you want to establish relationships with. Okay, so this is the very first card that I would start out with. It's the OpenSky secure credit card. And once you have this one secure credit card, please understand what you're trying to do is just put yourself in a situation where you understand how credit works. And this card is just a starter card. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say secure credit cards are bad, but take it from me, I've done it. If you've been following this channel, you know that I've walked you through the steps of me going from secure credit cards to unsecured credit cards to just recently getting a Navy Federal Credit Union unsecured credit card for $25,000. But these are the steps that I took. I didn't get the OpenSky because I qualified for the Discover It secure credit cards. But these are the steps that I would take if I weren't able to get those cards. The very next step that I would take is I would come to like a My Jewelers. Okay, this My Jewelers account, it's gonna start, their fee is $99, right? You have to pay $99 up front, and then you purchase an item. Like it has to come up to like $100. And like, let's say you get this $221 watch, and you will pay on this watch on a monthly basis. Okay, so you pay your $99 down, plus you're gonna pay on a monthly basis for this watch. I'm just saying this one. It has to be over $100. They have quite a few different things. They have rings, bracelets, earrings, necklaces, pendants, watches. They have several different things that you can purchase. You don't want to purchase anything extravagant. What you're trying to do is just establish credit to get on the radar, so you can get those other secure credit cards that are going to graduate. Excuse me. So you come here and you get one of these watches, and you're going to get a $5,000 trade line that's going to report to TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Okay, that's the very next step that I would take. The next company that I would apply for is a New Coast Direct. All right, now this is basically the same thing as the My Jewelers. It's going to report a $5,000 trade line to Equifax and TransUnion. Okay, it's going to report to those two credit bureaus only. All right, now when you come here, same thing. You don't want to purchase anything extravagant, but I do want you to know they do have equipment that is quite expensive. All right, it's not like the My Jewelers account where most of their stuff is real cheap. Some of these things from the New Coast Direct, they get really, really expensive. Here's I don't, it looks like some type of camera for $413. Okay, so I just want you to know some of their stuff, gets quite expensive. Here's some binoculars for $1,600, right? And so you want to just go spend about $100 and get on a payment plan, right? Get on a payment plan and do the same thing. Now you have the OpenSky credit card, right? You have the OpenSky, you have the My Jewelers, you have the New Coast Direct. Now, these are all revolving lines of credit. All right, they're all revolving lines of credit. There's a difference between a revolving line of credit and an installment loan. A revolving line of credit is something that where you always make payments on, the payments are going to fluctuate, and it's usually like credit cards or store credit cards or something like that, where it's your payments are going to fluctuate on a monthly basis. It's not a set amount. When you pay it off, you're still able to use that line of credit. All right, so these are all considered revolving lines of credit. Now, these revolving lines of credit, they have the most impact on your credit score, right? They're going to help build your credit score a lot faster than, let's say, a car loan, right? That's just the way it's set up. If you're able to manage your credit, you're going to have a greater effect on your credit score than just going out getting one line of credit and it being an installment loan. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to have a mix of credit. So you have 3 revolving lines of credit, and now what you want to do is you want to get an installment loan. Now, when I talk about installment loans, I always talk about this company, and its company is called Self Lender. What this company does, it extends you a loan, an installment loan, and you make payments on this loan. You don't get the money up front. What you do is you apply for this loan. If you receive it, they put it into a CD and you pay on it on a monthly basis. And let's say you pay on it for a full year, right? You pay on it for a full year. And then at the end of the year, the term is met, you paid off the loan, you get that $1,000. Let's say you took out a loan for $1,000. They put it into a CD. You pay on it on a monthly basis. At the end of the year, you get that $1,000. What I really like about this program, it's like a forced savings, right? So you're paying on a monthly basis, and at the end, you get all that money back. And so I really like the way Self Lender is set up because, like I said, it's a forced savings. It's a good way for you to save up $1,000 for your emergency fund. That Dave Ramsey's a real big, he's really big on having that emergency fund. And this is a way that you can establish your emergency fund and build credit at the same time. So if you're looking for a way to get those secure credit cards, like the Discover It, these are the steps that I would take. I would go out, get the OpenSky, the My Jewelers, the New Coast Direct, and then I would open the Self Lender. If you were able to open all of these, I would probably sit for about 90 days, like 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, I would see where my credit score is. And chances are, once you get these accounts, you're going to have an initial drop on your credit score because you're applying for new credit. Anytime you apply for new credit, that inquiry, you're going to have a drop in your credit score. But after that first initial drop, on your second and third month, you're going to start seeing your credit score going up drastically. Well, I won't say drastic. It depends on where your credit score is. But if you have a really low credit score, you're going to see a higher jump, in the second and third months than somebody with a higher credit score. That's just the way the algorithm is set. So these are the steps that I would take. I'm not going to make this a really long video. I just wanted to touch bases because it seems like in the last week, I got this question about 3 or 4 times, and I just wanted to go over these steps so that I can refer people to a video. You guys have a blessed day. I'm going to catch you guys on my next one. And hopefully this information caught you well. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.